obviously coming off a tough loss for us a week ago, or last Saturday. Give Vandy credit, Coach Lee. They really did a good job and came in here and beat us, and so we've got a lot of improvement to make. I like the way our team has responded. You don't have much time to feel sorry for yourself when you have a team like Georgia coming in. Once again, Kirby has a fantastic football team. Good in all three phases. Can hurt you in any area at any time. Very good team, and we're preparing and getting ready for another big game here at home.
For questions for Coach, press 10, and we'll begin with Steve Moulton of the season.
Coach, hope you're doing well.
Yeah, thank you. Doing good.
So much was made of that Georgia defense last year, so I'll kind of tongue-in-cheek here a little bit for you, Coach. How much of a drop-off do you see from Georgia's defense this year compared to last year?
Yeah, that's tongue-in-cheek. It is kind of funny that I was asked that earlier in my Monday press conference as well, after having so many guys, such high picks, and being so dominant a year ago. It's really a credit to Kirby and his staff, the way they've recruited, the way they've developed their team, their program, to have guys that they could plug in. I mean, obviously, when they're as dominant as they've been, they're able to play so many guys and get valuable game experience, and that's evident in this situation. Where you have so many. Maybe star players a year ago, and these guys got quality reps. They're developing and recruiting, and so they're plugged in and ready to go. So there's absolutely no drop off.
And Coach, on the subject of recruiting, the portal's about to open up, and there is pretty rampant speculation on how populated that portal is going to be. So, how big of a factor do you think the portal may be, even in the early signing period come late December this year, Coach?
Yeah, it's hard to determine. I think, yes, we're all bracing for it. Much more volume than it was a year ago. I think even, last year, going through it for the first time, it was a little slower maybe in the fall and in football than you're going to see this year. I think you saw maybe some sports throughout the winter and spring. It impacted them even differently than it did us, just because of how new it was a year ago. But I think there'll be quite a bit. It's something that we all have to adapt to. We always want to continue to develop the guys within your program and keep the guys that want to be a part of that and embrace that challenge, and but also adapt. I mean, it's going to definitely be different here, I think, this year, and we're all kind of preparing for that as best we can.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
If there are additional questions for Coach, please press 10. Next, we have Wilson Alexander, the Advocate.
Mark, just building off that, I mean, the portal windows that are coming up here were sort of driven by, I think, the coaches wanting to have some regularity. Do you think that having a specific time period in which players can enter will be helpful, at least in terms of purely organization, or just anything like that?
I do. I really do. I think there's no easy answers with some of this, but that is definitely a part of it. And as we go out through all the different tasks that we have throughout the week in our preparation, roster management and dealing with it is certainly something that we have to discuss. And I think with having that last week after the regular season to have these discussions and get things in place, I mean, I think, with probably each of us, but I can't speak for the other teams, but certainly with us, you probably know certain people that that are clear-cut that will be in the portal, and you have those discussions and you're prepared for them. I think, maybe different surprises or people that you don't know, that gives you time to at least have a meeting and get organized for it before before you get on the road in December and start your visits, because it's always such a hectic time for all of us.
With this, obviously it's still something like you sort of mentioned earlier, everybody's still adjusting to in a lot of ways, but over the last few years, is there something that you've learned in terms of how to now manage a roster that's been particularly helpful for you?
Well, I don't know if there's any like one thing that jumps out at me that's helped me. I think maybe just the amount of time that we have to put into it at this, maybe is different. I mean, just constantly going through the roster, combing through it, having conversations with your players and trying not to be caught off guard, is something that we're constantly adjusting to.